So when it comes to your social media is not hard. What's hard is the consistency, the strategy, the systems. If you get those 3 things down, you're going to be golden, and you're going to be using social media as part of your entire strategy, and you're going to see things shift. So I'm Chelsea. I'm a brand strategist, and I work with women owners who are speakers, authors, educators, people who want visibility on social media, but they do not want to become a full-time content creator. If that's you, come on, let's stay. So the question, though, is how do I stay consistent? Well, the first thing is number 1. I want you to block your calendar. I want you to look at your week, and I want you to say, you know what? This block, this chunk is going to be solely for content creation. Solely for my content creation. Whether that is you have 2 or 3 hours a week, if you have 1 hour each day, whatever it is, I want you to be intentional with your time. Because what happens is that you're like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and fit it in when I finish this. Or after my meeting, I'm going to go ahead and do this. And the reality is that never happens. It doesn't. If you're not intentional with this, then it's going to fall by the wayside, and it's never going to get done. So I want you to block your calendar. Like right now, I want you to pause me, and I want you to, actually, don't pause me. I will wait for you right here. I want you to take out your calendar, and I want you to put the block on your calendar right now. I'll wait. Yep, I'm serious. Go ahead, do it. Okay, now that you did that and I got a drink of water, let's go ahead and go to number 2. I want you to create a folder inside either your computer or on your phone, an album, if you're an iPhone person, whatever it is, I want you to create a folder. And I want you to use that folder for all of your pictures, your videos, any type of media you have. I want you to dump it in there. I don't want you to do anything with it. You don't have to sort it by month or year or whatever the case is. What I want you to do is just anytime you get any type of piece of content, I want you to just throw it in there. And what that's going to do is it's going to, when you sit down for your time block, it's going to help save you time from having to go and find this media and find this content. By having it in one folder, you're going to have a central location for you to pull from and not have to go search. Okay? So that's number 2, is create a media folder on your phone, on your computer, wherever it may be. Just find one place to dump all of your stuff. Trust me, it's going to make it so much easier. Number 3 is to keep a running list on your phone, in your notebook, on your computer, wherever it may be. Even text yourself. I love texting myself. I don't have a whole entire conversation, but any idea that I have, I just go ahead and send a text to myself. And later on, when I'm in my content block session, I was like, oh yeah, I had this idea. And then when you are doing your content block, you're not starting from 0 ideas. You have your list. You have a running list of the things that you want to work on. Now, the question is you're like, Chelsea, what do I write on this list? Well, when you are up at night and you had a long, stressful day, and you're like, oh my gosh, or like you end that Zoom call and you're like, oh my goodness, breathe. Those are the ideas that you want to write on your list. So if a client is experiencing a block, or if they have something that is tripping them up consistently, or if you're seeing a pattern on something that happens a lot, I want you to write that down. Write it down in your brain dump and your running list. And what you're going to do is in your session, you can pull that and say, oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and expand on this. And because I know that this person is not the only person who has this problem, I know a bunch of other people who are in my community would benefit from this information. Okay. So that's one thing that you can put on your running list. Another thing that you can do is a question questions that you get often. What questions do you hear your clients or your previous clients or your potential clients? What are they asking you? What do they want to know? Those are the things that people, 9 times out of 10, that person's not the only one. Everybody else wants to know that too. And this is content that's going to be useful, but also it's going to help you not have to start from scratch when you're content creating, when you're first starting out, trying to stay consistent. Okay. So the FAQ questions, like frequently asked questions. Another thing that you can do is any frameworks that you have, that any intellectual property that you are creating, I want you to write that down as well. Is if you're creating a course and you're thinking of like, oh, you know what? This would be a really good piece to just break off and it can stand on its own. I'm going to share it with my community on social media. Okay. You can add that to your running list. You don't have to work on it at that very second, but put it on your running list because when you have your time block, you can go ahead and work on that as well. Okay. So you're going to have your running list. So you have your media folder. That's number 2. Number 3 is that you're going to have your running list on your phone or your computer, or you're going to text yourself all your different ideas all throughout the day. Okay. So number 4 is you're going to leverage your long form content. This is the biggest game changer for my clients, because when we leverage their long form content, that is content that you've already created. You don't have to recreate something. So what I mean by long form content is the podcast interviews that you do, whether you have a podcast or you're a guest on a podcast. Use that content to break it up into smaller pieces for social media. Next is speaking engagements. When you go to speak, write it in your contract asking for the media to use for social media. And 9 times out of 10, they're 100% okay with that. Actually, I don't think I've ever had anybody who said no. So ask them. That's the worst they're going to say is no. So ask them and slice it up into small little bite-sized pieces. And especially with speaking engagements, you have content for days, like forever. So use your speaking engagement content to repurpose it on social media. Another long form content is your blogs, your articles, your Substack newsletters, any of those things. Reuse them, repurpose them. What you can do is take, let's say, if you have a client story in there, take it out, put it into a carousel. Start with the problem as the first slide. The second slide you're going to use as the solution. The third one is going to be their transformation. What are they succeeding? How are they excelling with your help? And then that is a carousel by itself. If you have any insights in your newsletter or article, pull that out. Use that to create a carousel, create a video with it. If you're like, for example, this video that I'm recording, and I can make a small snippet of a video saying, stop overthinking your social media. Here are my 5 tips to creating a simple strategy. List them off. Don't go into great detail like I am on YouTube, but just list them off. And that's a short form video from a long form content idea. So use your articles, your Substack newsletters, your LinkedIn newsletters, any of those long form pieces of content, use them, pull pieces out of them, and then make a lot of different short form social media bite-sized information pieces. Okay, so we talked about long form. That's number 4. Number 5 is share the same information just in different forms, different mediums. Let's say, for example, the social media strategy, simplifying it. Stop overthinking your social media and create a simple strategy. I can create a video. I can create a carousel. I can share a picture of me and then do a whole long caption story about a client that had the same problem. You can also create a LinkedIn poll. If you're on LinkedIn or if you're on Instagram, create a story poll and ask questions about the problem that they're having. Hey, let's say for social media, What normally stops you for social, let's see, hold on. Let me think about this. Hey, if you're overwhelmed with social media, what are the things that stop you from being successful? Time, ideas, or actually creating the content? That's a poll that I can put out into the world just based off of this YouTube video that I'm creating. So it's the same topic, you're just saying it in different ways, and then you can spread it out throughout the month, and it still resonates with people, and they don't feel like you're just repeating the same thing because you're saying it in different ways. Does that make sense? Let me say that again. When you are putting it out in different mediums, it still resonates. It's still relatable because they still have that problem. So you may feel like you're just repeating yourself, but I promise you, your community is going to find it helpful because some people may see it in a video. Some people may resonate more in a poll. Some people may like to read the long form content or the long form caption. You never know what's going to resonate with someone, so don't be afraid to say the information just in different ways. So I know we zoomed through my 5 tips on creating a simple strategy. Let's recap it, okay? So if you didn't write any notes, I want you to write them out right now, okay? Get your notebook, get your phone, text yourself, because we love texting ourselves. And I want you to say, number 1 is time block. I want to be intentional with my time and create a block somewhere in my calendar every single week. Same, what is it they say? Same station, same bat tune, something like that sort. I don't know what it is. I just butchered that. I'll probably cut that out. But same place, same time, same bat channel. That's what it is. Yes. Okay. So I want you to put that on your calendar every single week, being intentional with your time to time block to create content. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is I want you to create a folder where you can dump all of your media into your videos, your pictures, your speaking engagement recordings, podcast interviews, whatever it is. I want you to have a folder where you just dump everything into it. You don't have to organize it, just dump it in. Okay, that's number 2. Number three is keep a running list of ideas on your phone, text it to yourself, email it to yourself, put it on a Google Doc, whatever it may be. Just have one place where you keep all of your ideas, the questions that people ask, the things that keep you up at night, the things that make you sigh after your meetings, whatever it is, keep a list of all of that on somewhere. Number 4 is leverage your long form content. Don't sleep on this one. Reuse the content that you've already created. Make life easier. And number 5 is share the same information, but just change it up. Change the medium of how you are showing and telling people what this piece or this topic is. So, video, carousel, polls, picture with captions, whatever it may be, just change it up. Try it out and you'll be able to repurpose your content and make life so much easier. So I'm going to say this again, is social media is not hard. The consistency of social media is what's hard. Follow these 5 things and I promise you, you'll start seeing things shift. If you're like, yes, Chelsea, I want to leverage my content, be sure to check out the description because I created a free guide for you to leverage your long form content. And we go into all the details on how to do that and what the best tools are and the strategy that I use for that specific category. So if you want that free guide, check it out in the description. Thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you next week. Bye.